Thanks for tuning in to Scott's Rad Travel Talks. I'm your host, Scott Radisi. Today, I'm chatting with a wonderful travel advisor friend of mine, Andrea Williams, owner of Exquisite Vacations. Hello, my friend. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. How are you?
Well, I'm well, thank you. It looks like you're in an exotic location, but we're going to get into that in a moment. I want to know about you. Tell me about yourself. Tell me about Exquisite Vacations, Andrea.
Oh, wow. So my name is Andrea Williams. I'm the proud owner of Exclusive Vacations Travel. We're located in Miami, Florida. My agency and our team specialize in romance travel, so destination weddings, honeymoons. We do family events, family vacations, and we also do social events as well, international trips as well. Anything travel, pretty much internationally outside of the United States is what we focus on. We've been in business now for 16 years, so it's been a while. Yeah, been a while. Um, we love the Caribbean. We love romance travel. We've always been in the romance travel business since we started back in 2004. Travel is my passion. I have a degree, 2 degrees actually in hospitality. So I've been in this industry from I was a little bit shy of 18. Back in the days, I started out as a playmaker at Siboney. So you know I've been in this game for a very, very long time. Got nowhere to go. I'm in it for the long haul. Traveling during COVID, but we're here to stay. Exclusive Vacations is here to stay.
Nice. You know, I should
Yeah.
mention, here we are talking in the middle of August, is during the pandemic. And you just mentioned it, right? You're getting out there, you're traveling during a time that people aren't too confident about travel.
Mhm.
So, where are you? What are you doing? Tell me about your trip you're on, Andrea.
Oh boy, I'm so embarrassed to say this, but I have been in Mexico now 11 nights and counting. And I decided to come here. Yes, it's my second time being here. It's my third trip actually traveling during COVID. First, I traveled in the beginning of COVID when it wasn't so hot. And then I came back about a month ago with a friend of mine. I wanted to see what it was like traveling during COVID because travel is resilient. It's here to stay. People are going to want to get out and go somewhere. We as travel advisors have to show our clients and potential clients it is safe. And how can you do that? By doing it yourself. You have to live the experience. So what I did that last time I came here to Mexico, I flew American Airlines. I want to see what that was all about, flying an American, because as you know, the airlines are all have their own protocols. So I did that. And this time I'm here. I flew JetBlue out of Fort Lauderdale this time. It's a bit different compared to American Airlines, because that's my hub. I live in Florida, so I fly from Miami. You can fly from Fort Lauderdale. Airlines are, have their own protocols, but I get to see both, so I can tell clients and potential clients who wants to travel my personal experience. I'm here at this trip because I wanted to take the opportunity to see how are the hotels doing with their protocols. How strict are they? What are they doing differently? The property I'm staying at right now, I have a wedding group coming in next week. So primarily I came here to see how it was for them to, bring their anxiety down a little bit. Letting everything is fine because I'm here. I'm here to experience it so I can tell them what's going on. So they're so relaxed. They're so excited to be here next week for a wedding. I felt great being here prior to them being here. So I could, bring the anxiety down, like I said before, and reassure them that everything is going to be all right on their vacation. But I also had the opportunity while I'm here to see some resort I've never seen before. So I actually put it, we're always working. People think we're always on vacation, which we're not.
No.
So I took the opportunity to see a few brands, which I have never seen never seen, some of which I've never seen and some I've seen before. So wanted just to see how each resort handle the protocols differently. And some are different from the others. Some are very strict with their protocols, some are not. So that was great seeing that firsthand so I can experience the clients and show potential clients how it is traveling during COVID, which resort's going to work best for them, which one is handling it properly, which ones are not doing so well with it. So far, to be honest with you, all the resorts I've been to, and I've been to about 6 or 7 properties while I'm here over the last 11 nights, and they're doing a fantastic job. The safety protocols are their number one priority. They're practicing social distancing. Tables are 6 feet apart, temperature testing at every single property. Most of them are testing you once you get in the restaurants. So I did love that. I actually felt safer here than at home. I think the only drawback coming to the destination or the flights, because you can't control who's going to sit beside you. But at the resort, you can control your space, you control where you dine, you control your pool. So that's what I mean by feeling safe in the destination. I do personally feel safe here in Mexico.
And that's awesome. I think it
Yeah.
is. To your point, it's so important to put your feet literally in the sand, right? To
Yes.
understand what's going on. I think you also make a good point about the airlines. Some
Yeah.
things we can control, like when you're on property, you can space yourself out at the
Hmm.
pools, even at the
Hmm.
bars, the
Hmm.
restaurants, the grounds. In a plane, I think people may have some concerns about that. So I do want to ask you, as many times as you've traveled around the world, and I know I've
Yes.
known you for a long time, you've traveled the world, Andrea. What is different about that? Let's start with that airline experience, the airports to the airlines. It sounds like you've traveled once, at least once out of Miami
Hmm.
recently, and once
Hmm.
out of Fort Lauderdale. Don't break it
Hmm.
down one by one, but tell me what you thought was different, what was good, hey, what they need to improve on, things like that.
So for me, my experience out of Miami flying American Airlines, they just claim that they're operating a full flight, and they had a full flight.
Right. Okay.
Like, no seats were unsold on my flight when I went earlier on in July. So people have to be mindful of that, which airline they're choosing to fly to travel with, if they're so concerned, and which we are about COVID, because remember, people are coming from different gateways all over the country, and they may be coming through Miami as a connecting point for them. So I was a little bit taken aback that they really were operating a full flight, but they did disclaim that to us. So that was a concern for me. So for my clients who are wanting to travel or traveling right now, I really deter them from flying American. Let them know what my experiences were flying on American Airlines. Just to let people know that you're going to sit beside someone who you may not know who it is. You may not know if they're healthy, because you may be taking precautions for yourself and doing the right thing, but they may not be. You really don't know. So
Right.
I chose to fly JetBlue this time out of Fort Lauderdale. And of course, they did block all the middle seats that they said they would. It wasn't a full flight at all. I had another colleague who flew JetBlue as well. Same procedure. They were in the row by themselves. And again, it will differ from the gate where you're flying from, but JetBlue has practiced where there is no one next to you in the middle seat, which I do love. I felt a little bit safer. Again, you have to wear your mask. Once you arrive at the airport, any airport, you're wearing a mask for a very long time. I know that persons are saying, how can we do this? But you have to wear your mask. So be prepared to wear a mask at least 5 hours if you're flying from Miami, because as you arrive at the airport, your mask has to be on. You're going through immigration. You're going through TSA. You're going through security lines. You're in the airport. Your mask needs to be on before your flight, during your entire flight. Plus, when you get to the destination, you have to wear your mask until you exit the airport. You have to wear your mask on the bus. So you're looking at 5 hours wearing your mask. I'm saying to everyone, get comfortable with wearing your mask if you plan to travel, because you're going to have to wear it for a very, very long time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I think
Yeah.
that's just something, again, we're going to talk about why you feel personally it's so important to book a vacation with a travel advisor. You're already explaining it because you're seeing it, you're helping your clients who are coming next week. You've got a wedding that's amazing,
Hmm.
to
Hmm.
feel more confident and feel safer in
Yeah.
traveling. And
Hmm.
hey, guys, these are the steps you should take. And from your personal experience, these are the airlines you want to be aware of before
Hmm.
you book, and the ones that are doing things a little bit differently. And
That's right.
you're helping your clients right there. So
Yes.
that's awesome. Now, you mentioned you've been there. I'm sorry. I think there's, how long?
11 nights and counting. I got 2 more nights to go.
2 more days to go.
Yes, so 14 days in total. But
That's
it's
awesome.
been an amazing experience.
Good.
Seeing new brands that I've never seen. Actually, closing a wedding from one resort that I just saw last week.
Wow. Good for
And I'm
you.
closing a wedding there because of seeing the resort, experiencing the resort. And my couple was getting married next year in November, fell in love from all the pictures and videos I could show to them. They were so excited about
Wow.
that property. So it's a win-win. So I'm here for 14 days, saw a brand new hotel, stayed there expensive for one night, and I closed the wedding. So it's a win-win for me for this trip. Um, Been here for a long time, but it's like I said, it's great seeing the properties and seeing how they're operating from my clients firsthand, and also for the ones I've never seen at all ever. Like I saw a resort where, you know, in Mexico, we have the seaweed issue still going on. But I went to a property that have it under control. I was very impressed. They
Wow.
had the barriers that over a mile of beach, and their beach was pristine, like
Wow.
pristine. They really do have the protocols down for controlling the seaweed. I was very, very impressed. Many of the hotels in Riviera Maya still struggling with the seaweed issue, but this one wasn't. And I was very amazed at that.
That really is great. And I
Yeah.
think that's again the information that you're able to share with your clients
Hmm.
when you're there firsthand, when you're experiencing it like you are. I think that's
Yeah.
great. You are, listeners, you are going to have Andrea's contact information. So if you're looking for that special vacation, it might be here in the fall of 2020. It might be into 2021. She's got that information. I have a feeling you mentioned something about pictures. You've probably done a little bit of picture taking, a little bit of video shooting as well for your own business channels.
I've done quite too many. I saw a brand new property on Saturday. I popped in to see because I know I'm coming back in October, of course, for two
Okay.
events. But I popped into a property and I took 184 pictures in
Oh,
about 45 minutes and videos. Because you want to show, people love videos, they want to see. I haven't posted all my content as yet, but at least I have content to share with potential clients and, you know, persons who are traveling, who want to know and want to see certain things. I have information for them. You want to book with a travel advisor right now because we are out here testing the waters, putting our lives at risk just for clients because we want to make sure our clients are safe. We want to know, we put our stamp on it and says, I am sending you on vacation to this resort, wherever it may be. We know in confidence that the client are going to be safe. We know the client are going to be happy. Not only that, not all the resorts are operating, all their restaurants, not all the activities are being in operation. But how can we know that? It changes week by week or things changing day by day. Where I'm staying right now, they rotate the restaurant. It may change next
okay.
week. So at least I get a chance to experience all the restaurants depending on your length of stay, but some are closed on certain nights because due to occupancy. One of the reasons why people should go out now and take a vacation to Mexico in particular, because the hotels only operate at 30%. So I'm
Okay.
in a resort chain that has 3 different resorts, separate resorts, but you have access to all 3 if you're adults,
Oh,
but they're
wow.
only operating at 30%. So I hardly see anyone, but
Wow.
30% occupancy. I go to dinner last night and the night before. I'm nowhere. I'm like 12, 15 feet from the next person.
Yeah.
So if there's a time to really travel right now, because this pandemic is going to be here for a little while, we're not sure how long, the time is now. The time is now for you to go out there because the resorts are at low occupancy. They need your business. We need the business as well. Everybody's home, everybody's tired. There are hotels that are offering some amazing rate for traveling with your family because everything is online. My daughter starts school tomorrow in Miami. It's going to be online. So if I were to take her on a trip, she could be in classroom in the daytime in the hotel room while I'm outside working, or I'm in the room working with her during school hours, but we're still on a trip. And the resorts are really pivoting and making it work for families who are just tired of being cooped up at home. Now's the time to really get out there. If you feel safe, if you're fearless like myself, and also if you have no underlying issues, if you're sick, if you're asthmatic, if you have any kind of underlying illness, I would say stay home. It's not for the person with a weak immune system. I can't guarantee that something's not going to happen to you by the time you get to the airport, time you get off the flight. So I'll tell everyone, if you're healthy enough, you know you're fit, and you want to get out there, go. Now is the time. 30% occupancy. Many of the hotels are open. You have too much social distancing, if you ask me right now. Too much.
And I think it's interesting how you talk about these resorts have multiple resorts in an area, and you can go resort to resort. So at 30% occupancy, you've got a choice of 3. And as you said, as an adult, some are adults only, some are all ages. You can go and check them all out. And that helps
Yeah.
also to spread out the guests, right?
Yes, exactly. So where I'm staying right now, I'm by the pool. I see guests walking by doing their morning walks, and my friends who are here with me, they're doing their morning walks, their morning run. I haven't seen them. They're out and about, and I haven't seen them.
They're still sleeping. Let's
They're
be
still
real.
either sleeping. Some are sleep, but some are out walking.
Good.
But I hardly see anyone. There are ample bally beds here on the beach. The staff is behind me. If you can see them cleaning the pool, getting ready for when the guest comes out. We're in this area of this pool, but
Yeah.
lots of space. I feel very safe. But that's
Wow.
me. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that's it. You mentioned it. You described it exactly right. If you feel safe, travelers out there, talk to Andrea. She's got the information on how to help keep you safe. Nothing's guaranteed in life, really, right? But if you feel safe, if you want to go on vacation, now's the time to book. Now's the time to travel. I think that's great input.
There are some amazing rates out there as well. Amazing rates. Some of these resorts are done for the business. They need to operate just like every business right now who needs the support. The resorts in all destinations, the Caribbean, Mexico, Central America, they all need our support. But we also have to be mindful of border closures because borders keep closing and reopening. So you need a travel advisor to really assist you with that because today the resort may be open or the destination may be open, but next week the border is going to change. So you have to be very mindful of that. And how are you going to know? How are you going to know what the protocols are? You do not want to get to the airport and realize, oh, I did not have a PCR test or the proper PCR test, because some destination like Jamaica wants a PCR for a cath lab. How many consumers are aware of that information if they don't have a travel advisor or not very resourceful themselves? So this is a time where a travel advisor is like, in your black book or on call. You need that person to help you. If it's not me, one of my travel colleagues, because we get the information. I'm on information overload on border closures right now. Like, okay, I have nobody here. Okay, I can give you that one. Oh, I have someone here, or hotels are closing due to low occupancy. I was in a hotel last week where there were only 12 guests in the hotel, including myself. 12. And they had over 300 rooms. 12.
Wow.
So tell me, I was in a building of 50 rooms because I counted it, and I'm the only one in that block,
Oh my goodness.
all by myself, my own
Wow,
personal
you resort
hotel.
to yourself.
Yeah, my own resort to myself. So the time is right for people to go if you want to go on vacation, if you can afford to go on vacation, if you need that quick getaway just to feel life again. If you're a frequent traveler or someone who takes a frequent vacation, now's the time to do it, to be honest.
Yeah. And I think that information overload, also these hoteliers, the tour companies that you work with to put together these packages for your guests, your clients, you get information on the sales and promotions that sometimes customers have a hard time finding themselves too.
True, correct. Yes. We work with wholesalers, and pretty much our company registered with all of them. So we get everything, not on the Caribbean, but we get Asia, we get Europe, we get Australia, we get Iceland, we get it all. So we know where is open, where to travel to right now. In my perspective, in my opinion, I think one of the places to travel to if you want to go somewhere international, Dubai is a great place to go. Lots of nonstop flight. I'm all about nonstop flights depending on where you live. Fortunately for me, I can fly nonstop to Dubai from Fort Lauderdale or from New York if I choose to go to New York, which I don't want to. But you just got to be mindful of where you can go right now, and the travel advisor here is here to help you. Like yesterday, I received an email from one of the destination was open last week and it's closing this weekend. Everybody got to get out of there. But you may have booked a flight or a package there and you're not notified of that. We have those firsthand information because we get that way ahead of schedule to assist clients prior to them traveling and know what's going on. Like right now, I have clients coming here next month. The hotel is closed. They're not aware of that, but I am. So today I got to make sure I got to find somewhere for them to go next month when they get here. They wouldn't have notified if they on their own. They would be last to be notified. The travel advisors are notified first.
Right.
That's why we're so important right now in this travel industry.
Exactly. Early on, you mentioned your focus is destinations and romance. And I just want to ask you a question about your business. Why do you think it's advantageous, it's more important to really consider an international destination wedding over doing something locally down the street or somewhere in the States? Talk to me about your business.
So I was asked about 16 years ago to do a bridal show by a top honeymoon resort company. It's like, what's that? And I never looked back. I never looked back. I did my first bridal show back in 2004, and I never looked back from the romance market. I believe, based on my experiences of planning weddings throughout the Caribbean, Mexico, Central America, it's an experience.
Yeah.
When you have a destination wedding, it's like also a family reunion, because you're going to invite your aunts, your uncles who you haven't seen for a very long time. It's also an opportunity for your guests, your family, to go on vacation. So it's a win-win. Not only that, all the hotels have perks within the Caribbean and Mexico. So every hotel is going to say to you, bring me your wedding, bring me your group, bring me your social group, your bachelor group, and we're going to give you these incentives. I'm also a certified wedding planner, but I don't do local weddings because the incentives are not there for the couples. Now, don't get me wrong. You can go as elaborate as you want to at a destination wedding, and you can spend a lot of money if you choose to. It just depends on your taste. But you have hotels will say, bring me 30 guests, your wedding is free. So it just all depends on the brand. It's a way for clients to save money. Most couples who are getting married, a destination wedding is great because most times they're going to be buying a house together. Most times that's what's happening. So how can you save money to enhance your house, buy the house that you want, because now you're coming under one household, is to have a destination wedding. Lots of perks out there, great amenities. And, sometimes couples ask me, can the hotel just do this? Can they do that? Anything you can get in the United States at your wedding, you can get in the Caribbean and Mexico for your wedding. You can get anything. There's no limitations in what you can have. So I believe a destination wedding is the way to go. It's always going to be less expensive for what you would pay at home. That's number one. Number two, you get a chance to spend time with family and friends who you haven't seen for a very, very long time. And it's also a vacation for everyone. And what I do when I plan weddings, I want to know, who are you inviting? If it's going to be adults only, I tend to stick to the adults only properties. If it's going to be a case where we'll have maybe one or two children, I may do a combination hotel that caters to families and adults. So it all depends, because I want everyone who is attending the wedding to be happy. It's all about the experience for not only for the couple, but also for their guests. We want their guests to be talking about their wedding weeks and weeks and weeks and months after their wedding. And of course, most times, some of those guests come back to us to book a family vacation or an event, or also to do their wedding. Right. So we're always here to make sure everyone is happy. Like the wedding I'm having next week here, the adults will be at the property that I'm staying at. And then I have only one child in the family, and they'll stay next door, and we'll have the wedding at the family resort. But then, the adult can come over, they can, go back and forth between these two resorts. So we want to know who they're inviting. We want it to be an experience for them. We have called it elaborate weddings. It depends on the client's budget, but it's the way to go. It's the way to go. And I'm telling you the truth, weddings are still being booked. My calendar is pretty good for next year. Here, I don't think I can travel anywhere next year. I'm getting a little bit nervous because I have some international trips planned, and I'm like, I don't know if I can do this next year because of my wedding, my client's wedding dates and what's on the books for next year. I'm just very hopeful and praying that we will get through this pandemic, all of us, so we can get back to business as usual and get the heads in beds, because that's very important to everybody across the board in the hospitality industry. So I'm praying and keeping my fingers crossed that we'll get through this together and get through this faster. Travel is resilient. People are always going to travel. People are always going to get married no matter what. So this industry is here to stay. We're here to stay.
Awesome. Good for you. Thank you for sharing that. And yeah, you're right. We'll all just keep this, conversation going, keep talking about travel. People do want to travel. And I really wanted you to share your passion for travel and your passion for destination weddings, because I know you do such a wonderful job for these families. And I love the way you started that. It's really like a family reunion. And that was great.
Yeah, it really is. Like I have a wedding next week, and people are coming from all over the United States. Nice. And some of them have not seen each other for a very, very long time. So can you imagine how excited they are to see each other when they see each other next week after going through this pandemic for so long, and just being together and feeling safe in their resort? So I'm excited for them. I spoke to the bride yesterday. I saw the planner yesterday, and we did a video, myself and the planner, and sent to her, and she was in tears. It's like, oh my God, you guys are thinking about me. And that's what it's all about, making the bride feel special during a really, really tough time when some of her guests have canceled because their fear of traveling. but just that special little touch to your couple, let them know you're thinking about them, especially if you're at a resort where they're getting married. It means so much to them. And we did that for her yesterday. She'll be here next week, and she's so excited that we thought of her. While I'm here, I never had to, but I did because I'm
Right.
thinking about her. She's why I'm actually here.
Right, exactly. And she
Yeah,
can't wait to
yeah.
get there. And that's
Yeah,
awesome.
she
Good
can't
for you.
get here, and it's awesome. Yeah.
That's great. Andrea, as you've been sitting there, I've been dying to see more of that view. Will you do us all a favor and show us the view of where you are?
Of course. I'm quite sure that my travel advisors know exactly where this is if you do from Mexico. So this is El Dorado Casitas. We love the Casitas. And I'm gonna show you this is the pool area, the room surrounding the pool.
Ooh,
And then I'm gonna just show you a little bit. So I'll move very slowly.
that beachfront walkway. Oh,
And I love hearing the sound of the ocean.
yes,
So this
yes.
is where I'm at. And I'm at Papagayos Bar. So there's
Okay.
several bars here that I love at El Dorado Casitas. And I mean, nothing beats getting up in the morning and looking out to the ocean from the cabana. I love it. I love it here. Love it here.
In the final moments we have left, do you have any other wonderful pieces of information that you believe the traveling public needs to know?
The public needs to know that travel is here to stay.
Awesome.
The public needs to know that use a travel advisor. We're not expensive or more expensive than voila. We're not expensive than anything on anybody online. We price match if we have to. Every travel advisor has a different model of their business. Everybody works different. Some charge fees up front because they want to make sure that you're serious about working with them. Some do not charge fees, some have low deposits, some have a higher deposit. I want the public to know that when you contact a travel advisor to book your vacation, you're in good hands because we know the product. We have been here. We sleep in the beds. We know which one is too hard. We know which one is just right. We know which one that envelop us and let us feel like a cocoon. So we are here to stay. We're here to help you have the best experience possible on a vacation, especially at the time, which is now. You want us to be on your right and your left side, guiding you through the process.
Love it.
I thank all my clients who have supported me over the years, and I'm quite sure all the other travel advisors does as well. But we're here to stay, and we're here for clients. We're here to work with them to get them on that trip, whether it's 2022, 2023, 2021, whatever it may be. We're here to help them. We're here to help them get through this together.
And I think the professional travel advisor, these small business owners like yourself, are going to lead the way. I think it's going to be a new world, and what I'm calling the now normal, right? I think there's some things that are put in place recently because of the pandemic that are going to stay in place. And you're going to know what those protocols are, what those changes are, as you've described so eloquently. I think it's wonderful that you are there and you're going to be able to help lead the way and lead travel back. So thank you for sharing all this awesome information.
You are most welcome. And thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited. I love this business. I've been in for quite some time. It's my passion. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here to stay. I love traveling to places that I've fallen in love with. I do love Mexico. I am Jamaican, always will be Jamaican, and always love my country. I need to get home so badly. And I'll be getting to Jamaica very, very soon. And I can't wait to be home. I just can't move about. And I have to respect my country's protocol because I want to go see my mom. I want to see my hotels. I want to see my family. But that's not the protocol of Jamaica right now. So I'm holding off a little bit until things, down a little bit. And then I will be on that first plane to Jamaica because I so miss home right now. I want to be home. Yeah, I want to be home.
Such a special culture, such a special island. I hold such a deep spot in my heart for it as well. So get home soon. Hey, how about this? Get home soon from this trip. You've been traveling too long. You've been on vacation for how long now? No. I know you're not on vacation.
No, I've been working. I've been up this morning at 6, setting contracts for weddings for next year, going to Jamaica, which I'm very happy about, and just been working. Actually going to go back to work. I have conferences today, so I'll be on my laptop doing conferences. I'll be doing some site inspections today as well. I don't know how I'm going to get it done, but I will get it done as usual. But I'm going back to work actually. So I got up, my voice may be a little croaky because I got up and I'm like, I got to get ready for Scott. So thank you so much, Scott. This has been a pleasure. It's been amazing. And thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining Scott's Rad
Yes.
Travel Talks. You'll have Andrea's contact information right here at the end of this. Reach out to her. She's got the information. You've got questions. You can tell she's got the answers.
Oh,
Thanks for
thank
joining
you.
Scott's Rad Travel Talks.
Bye.